Kick it off. All I need from you, this is a check with me. We're at the line of scrimmage. They're playing off cover. Check with me for the smoke route. I will tell you where we place Michigan State.
Why don't you just tell me and I'll work around that?
Nope.
Because I never agreed to this. Let's start with 14.
Hey, Lord Mountbatten, hit the music. Now that's an open.
No slot machine.
Last week. Beep, 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 beep. Rico. All right.
All right.
Number 14.
At number 14, Mike, you scored 7 points and then gave up 49 unanswered until you scored the final touchdown. You fired your defensive coordinator. He's going to be standing right there in the soup line with Scott Frost. It's got to be the Nebraska Cornhusker.
Look, Nebraska might be the most lifeless program in the Power Five. There's just no juice, no way out. They look like they've quit. It's also a bad roster. Only other team I would have considered for this spot would have been Northwestern, but I have no issue with with Nebraska being 14.
All right, at 13?
End up.
Okay.
The
All right.
Cats. You lost to Southern Illinois Plumber School.
At home.
Seriously, was it Southern Illinois?
Southern Illinois. At home. 31-24.
Let me ask. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
When will Pat Fitzgerald get a little bit of heat for never having an offense?
He won't because
he played there.
No. He played there, and Northwestern is one of those schools, Mike. They can't just bring in anybody, and they're okay with that. Don't bring in anybody that's going to bring down the program. And if you think about it, he's taken them to Indy twice. So
as cannon fodder.
You've been there.
Okay, fair. Number 12.
At 12, we have a team, Purdue. Only Purdue can go up with 51 seconds left, get two unsportsmanlike penalties. They have to kick the ball off from their own 10-yard line. They got a total of 55 yards worth of penalties in the final 51 seconds and lose a game. They got a penalty for taunting after the touchdown, and then Jeff Brom is on the field yelling at the ref for the taunting penalty. Oh, yeah? How about this? Here's another 15 yards. They kicked off from their own 10-yard line.
You just hate to see it as a guy who had Syracuse -1.5. At number 11.
At number 11, I'm going to give it to Illinois. Illinois was on the bye last week, but nothing really great about them.
No, the loss to Indiana really sticks out to me.
Yeah.
It bothers me.
You had that game won.
They dominated that game.
Yeah.
If they have that win, I feel better about them. But you're right. Well, you know what I would say? Even though they lost to Indiana, they're better than Indiana.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
No, it makes sense, but Indiana got the dub. At number 10, congratulations.
Indiana?
Iowa, you scored 27 points. You put on your big boy pants. You scored touchdowns. Way to go. I knew you could do it. Yeah.
They're not better. They're not worse than Indiana. Come on.
Hey. No, they are.
Indiana's god-awful. Worst 3-0 team in history.
Iowa finally scored a touchdown, Mike.
All right. Well, they played Nevada. Does it count?
Yeah, they do. But at least Indiana is scoring points.
Okay.
They may be a fraud. All right, at number 9.
Indiana.
No, Wisconsin.
Oh, I'm not partaking in this.
You already opted out, Mike. So you said you didn't want to do this in the first place. So Iowa, they bounced back 66-7 win, but it was over an 0-4 New Mexico State. So did we really learn anything?
No.
I'm going to say no. At number 8. Indiana.
Look.
Probably the worst 3-0 team in the Big Ten.
In history. They got dominated by Western Kentucky. Then Western Kentucky started fumbling snaps, missing field goals, and terrible penalties. And even week 1 against Illinois, the refs screwed Illinois out of a touchdown. Mm-hmm. They had 42 yards of offense in the second half and still found a way to get a real cheap W. So here's the bottom line. I'll accept this. But now we enter a point, 7 and higher, where I can place MSU. But I'm not placing them at 7 because at 7, it's the Swamp Rats from New Jersey.
At 7, it's going to be Rutgers. Rutgers went on the road. They beat Temple 16-14 with really Vedrell out.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Their quarterbacks combined, you know how many yards they threw for? You
10.
probably know because you know everything.
10.
David, you know how many combined?
46.
Less than 100.
59.
Yeah.
59 total passing yards. They needed a pick six to win the game. I'll give it to Rutgers.
It's a horrendous Temple team, too.
Right.
Horrendous. All right. So
At
now
number
this is
6.
Michigan State.
I actually have Michigan State at 6.
See, it wasn't that painful.
I just didn't like the fact that you thought that you could take over my power ranking.
No, I just wanted the placement.
At 6, I got Michigan State. You go on the road to Washington. You lose 39. Yeah, you are. You lose 39-28. Michael Penix, almost 397 passing yards, 4 touchdowns. And I got to be honest,
Could add more.
if they didn't take their foot off the gas, he could have had a better game than that. They realized we're not going to run the ball. Screw it. Pass it. And just
500
keep
yards
going.
and 6 touchdowns was in play if they tried.
It was. So Michigan State at 6. At number 5, want to guess?
Maryland.
Maryland. Look at you.
I think we just became best friends.
Oh,
I know you.
Maryland wins. Maryland wins 34-27 in probably one of the greatest games ever. They played a quality opponent, David. I just want to let you know. Nobody goes up against Southern Methodist University and just walks away unscathed. Okay? Normally, if you beat them, you get something like a sweatshirt or something. So, yeah, they had 15 penalties. They kept shooting themselves in the foot, but they won the game.
They were
And
the better team there.
everybody was happy except for Mike.
Correct.
At number 4. What I guess?
Not Penn State.
University of Minnesota. They got the top offense, top defense, except really haven't played a lot of people. They played a Power 5 opponent in Colorado, but
Right.
Colorado is awful. But at least it was a Power 5 team. I got the University of Minnesota.
They're government cheese, Michigan.
Fair, you know
Haven't
what?
played
U of
a
M,
soul,
U of-
but have looked good
no,
doing it.
Right, they're the Dollar Tree version of. They're the U of M Dollar Tree.
Yes.
So
I can live with that.
Okay.
3 Penn State.
At 3, we have the University of Michigan.
Ooh, I don't like that. Okay.
Michigan wins, 59-point shutout, but we really haven't learned anything yet. And remember, before you start dialing up Kenny or typing to David, this is based off of week 3. I don't reward you for playing nobody and nobody's at home. You never left the building and you never got challenged. At number 2,
Penn State.
the Ohio State University.
Oh, whoa. You better start explaining yourself here.
Ohio State, 77 points in their win over Toledo. I got Penn State 1. Here's why I have Penn State 1 after 3 weeks.
2 Power 5 wins.
Penn State not only has 2 Power 5 wins, Penn State went on the road and got both Power 5. They went to Purdue. They traveled down to Auburn. And before you were, Auburn sucks. Auburn's still in the SEC. Penn State had flight problems. They had to drive an extra 2 hours to get there, and they hammered Auburn. Never was it close. I value the fact that they have 2 Power 5 wins on the road. Nobody else in the Big Ten has that. Not Ohio State, not Michigan. That's why I got Penn State,
You know what?
number 1.
Maybe they're the most undervalued asset the conference has. Maybe we just hate James Franklin so much, and we're so used to them not having a running game and not showing up.
And
in
their
big
running
games.
game is what showed up in that game. And
That running game looks very legit because as
freshmen.
much I make fun of Auburn's quarterback situation, they ran through that defense
right.
at will.
So, yeah, after week 3, now, hey, personal growth. I'm not a James Franklin fan, but it happens. I disagree with James Franklin had to say after the game, but we'll get into that later.